Afternoon everyone, in from DIY Home and Gardening. It's the 16th of September. It very much feels like we're into autumn mode now, and plenty to do on the allotment. So if I turn the camera around and we can have a look as to how things have changed and what there is going on. So as ever, we'll start at the beginning. There's still a fair amount of butternut squash meandering out into the wilderness, but this is what's left, been uncovered and cut back in this bed. So you'll notice that I've really stripped back the plants, allowing as much sunlight exposure as possible to get to the fruits to allow them to ripen. The dahlias are still in here doing their thing, lacking flowers really because they were planted so late, but certainly there's still decent amount of buds still come in on, you know, that's Jacinda Hercules and Kiwi Gloria, so colour there. Straight Germander doing its thing. Now I've been doing some cross-pollination, trying to see whether we can get some viable seed for next year. So this is, I'll put the pollen from Barbary Surprise onto Germander. So that one's been pollinated and then that's uncovered a couple of weeks ago. This bed here run to obviously plenty of leeks. There's less tomato plants than there were. Cut another one down last week, got shot of that, but I mean look at the thickness on some of these. I had really high hopes for this leek bed, but to be honest, it's the tomatoes just mullered them with collapsing on them. Yeah, we have been quite busy in harvesting tomatoes in the last couple of days, so that's going to be on the jobs list today as well, is to cleanse the tomatoes out of this bed, just give it over for the leeks to carry on doing their thing. It has been ridiculously windy the last few days, very storm-like, and you know, totally flattened. But I mean, look at the colour on that, that's just amazing. So this is a new variety to me, Kilburn Glow, but just really intense, big flowers as well. This bed, so again, thinned out quite a few of the tomatoes, still plenty going on. These are the beetroot, so the second batching there, the first batch which we still have got to work through. So yeah, they're ongoing, and I think the massive one, oh yeah, the massive ones are still there as well. So we need to find something to do with those. Onto this bed, so main crop potatoes, we've got to lift those, have a look at those. These are the seed raised dahlias, mixture of what should have been Skyfall and seed from Skyfall and seed from Westerton Ella Grace. So these are the Skyfall ones, which are the more singular. Whole mixture of coloration there, looking a bit tatty because they've been out for a while. And then these bigger ones are the Westerton Ella Grace. The seed wasn't mine, I got given it, and so I have no idea what pollinated it, but I mean, it's a bit of an insipid colour, but whether it does anything, I don't know. But I do particularly like this coloration. Shame it's only got a few layers worth of petals, but it does look good. Then here, got celery, starting to get some sizing. Spring onions, more beetroot, celery, kale and kohlrabi, getting some decent sizing on there. Allotment neighbours just pulled up. Big old rhubarb, You can see that the Egyptian walking onions are really knocking back now, getting ready to go into dormancy, so they need to be lifted soon. This was my sowing about 10 days ago. Mooly radish, not grown that before, so I'll be interested to see how that does. Just starting to get some bud formation on these. The fennel cut back a couple of the plants just because they were going really wayward, but these ones you see going into flower again, so they'll be great for late nectar availability for some bees. This one now needs cutting back. Then onto here, well, you can see nice bit of colour. Okay, so we've got the Welsh onions there. Leeks still yet to do their thing. These are the celeriac, which are starting to bulb up. I guess that's the term. I don't really know. Haven't grown them before, as I keep saying. Some lovely sized tomato there, but I can't remember what the variety was. Parsnips looking big, tomatillos, more celery. Now these horseradish are enormous, still in their original 1 litre pots. Need to do them. And whilst the marrow's gone, spinach is looking really good, but you can also see just how far the soil level has dropped on that. Equally, the compost has dropped right down as well. Cut the artichoke back probably about a week, 10 days ago, and you can now see that it's starting to re-sprout. Good opportunity as well to be able to cover that with some more compost and manure. Giant carrot, hopefully doing its thing. Dahlias, so the main block of the flowers have come off now. Actually, let's show you these. Yeah, they've come off, so now into the realms of secondary flower stage, which is always going to be smaller in terms of flower size. So here, Barbary Surprise crossed with Blighton Softer Gleam. Barbary Surprise, I think, crossed with When I'm Diane. So different to, as I say, when I was gifted the seeds. I'm actually, it's purposeful crossing, trying to get that right coloration onto the right form of plant. These Canal Bronze look really good. Germander looking nice and clean, and normal Cornell. These, what's on the picking list today? So these are, can't even think of the variety. San Marzano, which is the best passata variety. Let's get in there. It certainly looks like a jungle, doesn't it? Plants everywhere, loads of fruit, loads of massive fruit. Look at the size of them, beigers. Yeah, need to get in there. Carrots doing their thing, and mouse or mole or something's also been doing its thing, and need to harvest these badly. So much weight on there, it's pulled the plants over, snapped the canes, but also something's munching on those. Last remaining courgettes on that, and then plants are done, can finish manuring the bed and covering over. Basically like this, just been using this as a bit of a holding area, so some big courgettes, pattypan squash, Queensland squash, the summer holiday, I always call it summer sun, but I think it's summer holiday now changed to summer sun. Chard, looking a little bit mildew like, but the stems just amazing coloration. I'll show you the rest, but got again good exposure to the fruits, allowing them to ripen. I've harvested a load and put them in the shed, and then these are the interesting ones that had crossed butternut with tromboncino. Bit more spinach, broken dahlia. I say it has been really windy. Marrow's gone. The big marrows at the house, so I'll add that onto a bit of later footage, so hence bed's all been cleared. Last remaining pumpkin up here, which is the big one. Tomatillos looking a bit scorched up. I think it's just the drying wind interspersed with some celeriac. Then we got blackjack, which, look at that for colour and size. And then this bed planted up literally a couple of days ago, so got some leeks in there, some leftover celery that obviously has fallen over, cabbage Offenham with, what else is that, run of beetroot, some more leeks, peppermint chard, more leeks, cauliflower romanesque, put in a couple of rows worth of shallots, more leeks, Cavolo Nero kale, and then some spring onions, the red variety, just to finish them up. And look at the state of that Jerusalem artichoke. The wind had snapped out all the frame and it's blown it all down, which is why a lot of them are now looking dead or dried out, because the wind has literally ripped them out the ground. So yeah, all the way down. But is what it is. Just want to show you the size of these tomatoes. Some massive ones there. Can't remember the name of it, because what I've done is I've actually taken one fruit of each type that I want to keep for next year, plus the associated labels, and they've gone home so I can do my seed sowing. So let me just show you the butternut squash, and then I'll do a bit of work up here, and then we can have a look at what's happening at home. Before we go, yeah, look at the size of that watermelon. It's a bowling ball type size. Another one down there. Right, let's have a look. So they are the rather wayward Turk's turban, only that one's well, decent-ish shape, but the rest they'll be going as soup. Still got the elephant garlic in here, which it's just kind of dried so it can get into its dormancy phase, ready for planting in another couple of weeks. And then they're the butternut squash that I've picked already. So as I say, we'll go do some jobs and then have a look what's happening at home. So just back from the allotment, and this is what I've picked. Quite a lot of tomatoes. So these ones are all those San Marzano, so they're going to be for passata sauce. These ones that have got splits in them, they're essentially just going to be for soup. And then there's another one of these crates that's indoors already, that is then basically great tomatoes for salads and whatnot, just eating fresh. A couple of courgettes, which more like the marrows, as you saw. Last crate of onions, the New Zealand squash, giant onion, some of the beetroots, and then this is what's come back over the weekend. So the giant marrow plus the other pumpkins. Excuse all the mess, but still work in progress on cleaning up all the garlics. So each one of those trays is a different type of soft neck garlic. Don't judge me because it is a mess. Each one of those trays is hard neck garlic, 2 different lots of shallots, then 2 crates worth of potatoes, 3 more crates worth of onions, and that's everything. Oh, and that's my little stash of tomatoes there. So picked them a couple of days ago, so some are starting to look a bit dodgy, but they're fine. So 17 different varieties of tomatoes that I want to keep, and so just picked 1 or 2 of each variety and going to be saving the seed from each of those and retaining the seed for next year. So that's it, video done for the mid-monthly update for September. And like I said right at the very start of the video, it definitely feels more autumnal this year, I know it sounds crazy, than a normal September would do. It just, the weather's just transitions really quickly into the cooler mornings, cooler nights, wind and rain. Normally September is such a reliable month. But this year, as I say, it's gone more autumnal, which has meant that basically harvesting has had to come forward to prevent a lot of the hard work being ruined by the adverse weather. But yeah, that's where I'm at. If you've got any questions, then please send those questions to me. I'll always do my best to answer them for you. If you've liked the video, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so you don't miss out on the future videos I'm doing. And above all else, just have fun, enjoy yourself, and make the most of these pockets of good weather whilst they're here. So, till next time, bye for now.